Welcome back to Garbage Time. We are going to be talking about the All-Star voting. Starters were announced this past week, so some interesting takeaways. Could be a broken system. We'll get into that. We're going to be talking about the Rockets and the pieces they need to actually be a contender because they seem fake, as we've talked about before. Lakers, 3-game win streak. We'll see if they are contenders. As well as like some trade stuff with Beal, Levine, Butler, pack opening, a game, locks of the week, etc. Let's talk about the All
And I'm
Star.
back, Ben. Thank you for welcoming me
Oh,
back.
and Kyle's back. Welcome back,
Yeah,
Kyle.
yeah.
If you enjoyed last week's episode, sorry. If
We'll kick
you're
Kyle off permanently if he enjoyed it.
if you like Kyle, if he's your favorite, then congrats. He's back. We didn't kick him off yet. All-Star voting. So it was for the West. Starters are Steph, Shea, KD, LeBron, and AD, I believe.
Jokic.
Oh, Jokic. Sorry. That's crazy. And East is Mitchell, Brunson, Giannis. Who are the other two?
Tatum and Towns.
Tatum and Towns. So I think the only egregious one that we kind of all agree on in this group is Steph. Kyle, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's egregious because obviously he's not his production this year is not an all-star season. So I think it just comes up with the point again of how there's like all-star games tend to just be such a freaking lifetime achievement award about people.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like only Steph's really getting that benefit of the doubt this year because like Book may not make it, and I feel like Book's achievements like are way above players that probably might make it over him. So, but no, I mean, my problem with Steph obviously is he's had a good season, but like a good season on an 11th seed is not an all-star starter, and we all know this. And
Yeah.
I don't know. He's the one egregious person. I think Wemby probably deserves to be an all-star starter, but it's like who are you gonna put him over? Like LeBron? No way. So
Well, yeah,
even
it's
though
all.
I mean
should
LeBron
be
kind of
who should be the guard over Steph, you think, besides De'Aaron Fox?
I think Ant probably.
He's
I mean,
not
he
having a
just
great
scored a
night.
little more.
I mean, Curry is
Seems a little
averaging
better.
22, 6, and 5 and a steal. It's pretty good. But he's been injured sometimes, and like you said, the record is kind of bad.
Yeah,
It's
what's
definitely
Jordan
worse
Poole
than
averaging?
Fox on counting strength. Yeah, exactly.
Jordan Poole averaging.
I mean, it's like I don't know how they weigh media votes versus fan votes. I think fans get most of.
I think fans 50 and then it's 25-25 for the other two, media and players.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, how do
Well,
you
and the
think?
fix was in for LaMelo Ball this year too. LaMelo was like first in the media or by the fans, and the
Yeah, he
media
was
took him out.
3 media votes away from being a starter. It's kind of crazy. Dan, how do you think, or what do you think is the problem with all-star voting? How do you fix it?
First of all, Jordan Poole averaging 21 and a half, 5 and 3 with 1.5 steals this year, on 42, 40, 87% shooting. Throwing that out there. It's a pool party.
He thinks he should be an all-star starter.
He does. He did say that. That is heinous.
Fox is 25, 6, 5, and 1.5.
That's pretty great.
Those are better numbers than stuff, for what it's worth.
Anyway, I think you fix NBA All-Star voting by doing it only player vote. Only player vote. You cannot vote for anybody on your own team. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes it actually mean something because you're getting the respect of your peers, and these are the people that actually see you
Yeah,
face to
of course.
face every single night. Instead of Steph getting his 12th All-Star appearance because he's Steph Curry and he shoots the long ball, and it's really cool to see it go in.
Or just weigh them differently, like 50%.
Sure,
for
make the players
peers.
90% of the vote, and then fans get that 10%. The media is stupid, and they're not going to get a single percentage of that vote.
I think there's something to be said for getting fans involved and having them vote.
25-75 then.
Yeah.
Why the
media
media has any say in this is ridiculous to me. Same thing with MVP voting. Get them out of there. They don't know what they're talking about.
I kind of disagree with you, Dan, a little bit.
Now we're talking. All right, let's get some lively
Well, I mean,
debate
I just think
going.
the media is stupid, and the players do have like a better probably grasp. But the problem is players also waste their votes on stupid people all the time. Like dumb-ass people get votes for All-Star games because people troll on it. And I feel like if you let the players have the whole thing on it, it'd become a troll fest.
Yeah.
And like great players who maybe a little less popular would get punished.
Spoken like a
like-
true Kings fan.
Like Zaza Pachulia was almost an all-star starter one year because of the fan vote.
Yeah.
Like that is Andrew
I think the coaches should
Wiggins.
get more to say in the starters. Coaches get no say in the starters.
Yeah, coaches would be
Sure.
interesting.
Give
Coaches are good.
anybody but the media and the fans a majority of the vote.
The media is just interesting because it's so disparate about how much footage each media member actually watches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, we shit on Kevin O'Connor, but he watches a lot of games and like he'll
Yeah.
scrape together these highlights from random league pass games. But you know, I mean,
Perkins does a vote. Big Perk.
right. You know, Perk doesn't watch any footage. Inside the NBA guys, I love them. They're hilarious. They don't watch any footage. So like I just don't I think there's gotta be maybe just like a tougher barrier to entry for media members to get their vote.
Gotta just no ball. They have to fill out a Sporkle quiz.
Dude, yeah.
With
they gotta get
8% or higher. Yeah,
That one that's like name the rosters
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Speaking of Andrew Wiggins, he is actually in the top 10 of front court voting for Western Conference this year. Because the fan vote had him 8 and the media had him 9 in the front court, tied with Jalen Williams. The second best player on the best team in the league is tied with Andrew Wiggins, who got blown by Austin Reeves and is the 11th seed in the West. That
Andrew
is
Wiggins putting
insane.
up 17, 4.5, and 2 this year.
Actually,
On
a better
bad
season than I
team.
thought. But it is a
On
bad
a
team.
bad team.
I think like
He's one behind Sabonis. Like Sabonis's numbers are crazy, and I know the Kings are only slightly better, but like that's crazy.
I think all
Sabonis' stat line.
star voting should be a little more fun though. I think there should be less logic that goes into it than all NBA. Like, I don't really care if you are a bad team. Like, same argument for Wendy. Like, the Spurs suck, but he's obviously exceptional. I think that it should be just based on sheer talent and skill. Obviously,
Well, I
Wiggins
also
is
like-
absurd, but
Yeah, I also like I know in past years where they added like older when Dirk and Wade like got added to the All-Star game. Like, why don't we do something like that where we take these
Sure.
older guys off of the voting? Like, of course, everyone's gonna
Yeah.
vote for them.
right.
Like everyone loves Steph. Like people want to see Steph at the All-Star game in San Francisco. Just take the legends out of it. Like nobody needs to vote for them. Just put them in the game and
Yeah.
then have the process select who the best players are. Have them in the game too.
Put a
yeah,
ceiling at like 15 All-Star games, and then you're done. You're not allowed to be in anymore.
yeah.
No, or like once you hit 12, you're like an eternal all-star. Yeah, you just get to you get to sit on the bench every
That'd
time.
be kind of cool. Do it like the Masters, where like you win a certain tournament, you like win the Masters, and then you get automatic bids into like other tourneys.
That'd be sick.
That's pretty cool.
Don't know
That's a
anything
good
about
idea.
that, but this isn't a golf pod, Dan. Come on, stay.
Okay, fine.
Don't talk politics on the pod, man. Okay, I want to talk about the Rockets real quick because, like, we've talked about how the Rockets really seem fake, but they're still second in the West, 30-14. That's like fourth best in the NBA. Do we think they're a piece away from being a contender or two pieces? And if so, what do you think they need, Cam?
I mean, if they're gonna go for it, I know people have talked about the Durant trade. I kind
Not
of like
even-
the fit.
Sorry, I was going to say not even necessarily this year, but like, let's
Yeah.
say in a 3-year span.
I mean, there's two options here. You either are going for it with your older core, and you could maybe throw Sengun and Green in on it. You're going to trade like Thompson and Eason and Whitmore and those guys, or you wait and you be patient, which is probably what they should do. So it's either Durant, like you go for it now and get a Durant. I don't think a Jimmy Butler really makes sense. They really just need a dominant scorer to go along with Jalen Green. Or you do the long haul, then you try to trade off your older guys. Trying to think who even like a trade piece would be for that team, but just try to get a young piece who's coming up.
Like, what position do you think they need to fill them out? Or do you just think they need a scorer?
I
Regardless
think
of what that
if they're
looks like.
if you're going now, you probably need a bigger scorer. For the long term, I could also see a point guard, De'Aaron Fox, perhaps.
I was
Something like
thinking
that.
Darius Garland. Put him
I
on
like
that
it.
team.
That's a small front court though.
I mean, but they've got big old Jabari Smith.
Yeah.
Sengun's pretty big.
Amen's
Dylan
big.
Brooks is fat.
Steve Adams is on the Rockets, right? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I saw him there. Okay,
So
good.
yeah, he plays about 4.5 seconds a game.
yeah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Do we think that they'll win a championship in the next 10 years?
No,
No.
10 years is hard to say. Yeah,
Yeah, 10
I
years.
think they will.
I mean, their
Next 5, I don't
core
think
is
so.
like they'll probably all be around 30-ish at that point if they keep it all together.
Yeah.
And they'll probably make some upgrades.
They're always going to have to
Interesting.
deal with the Thunder, though. It's
And
going to be like
yeah.
another case of like the Rockets back when the Warriors were huge.
Yeah.
Like Chris Paul and
It's like LeBron
Westbrook.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Okay, it, not that
The
bad.
Rockets really just became the Grizzlies. Like I know the Grizzlies are still around, but it's like the Rockets now are what the Grizzlies were like 3 or 4 years ago, where it's
Yeah.
like the bad kids of the NBA that no one like, and they're gonna probably win one series and then flame out.
Okay, here's a question. Since you mentioned the Thunder, I think we talked about who can beat the Celtics. Who do we think in the West can clamp the Thunder in a 4-game series, 7-game series? Dan,
I mean, I could see if the Lakers were healthy and they were playing to their kind of peak, they could do it.
they're so
That
big.
I mean, they're big, they're experienced.
Mhm.
It's LeBron James and
LeBron.
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis. Like that's a terrifying combo when they're at peak.
Yeah.
But the hard part is that they're probably not ever going to be there. So the only other like real threats, like I'm trying to, I mean, like maybe the Grizzlies just because they're so defensive and I think they match up decently well.
So
But
young, couldn't run around.
yeah, exactly. Like they've still got young bodies. They've got a great defender in Jaren Jackson Jr. at the rim and also on the perimeter.
Dan, what do you
I
think?
don't know.
My heart says the Suns, especially if they get Jimmy Butler. My head definitely thinks that's never going to happen. I would say Grizzlies, number one, as the top team for the reasons Dan said. And two, I'd go with the Clippers over the Lakers as
I also like the
team that
Clippers. Like
in a situation, in a certain situation.
the Kawhi highlight since he's been back, like
Kawhi
you
lights?
always forget like how good he is at basketball. His handle is so tight. He can like get to his shot whenever and wherever he wants. But again, that's a health thing.
Total
I like
tangent. Kawhi Leonard, Derrick Rose, one of them never gets injured in their career. Which one is it? Who do you pick?
Ooh.
Kawhi, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's got to be Kawhi.
But he's already won. Like, he doesn't need to be healthy. He has like multiple rings.
Oh, you mean like who do we want and who's better? I thought you said who's better.
Which would you rather have never been injured?
Yeah, which
in
would
their
you
career?
want?
Oh, which
Like,
would you rather have never?
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
Rose. Definitely Derrick
Rose,
because
yeah.
Kawhi's definitely better. Yeah, but I
Derrick
think
Rose is so fun. We've talked about this. Kyle, do you have any other thoughts on who could beat the Thunder? 7-game series?
Kings.
Okay.
Kings have no chance. But no, I'm getting higher on the Nuggets. Seem like they're kind of figuring it out a little bit. So we'll see. I think the West is getting better again. They had a rough stretch, I feel like, for a while.
Yeah.
Are the
all
Mavericks
playing
just
each
dead,
other.
do we think? Are the Mavericks dead?
I think they're dead.
this year they're dead.
Such a 6 seed.
They have so many injuries, and it just doesn't feel like they're gonna put it all together.
Cleveland
own the
hurt
Thunder.
tonight.
They own the
Lively's out
Thunder.
for 3 months. They do own the Thunder, but there's no way in a 7-game series.
Okay. You mentioned the Lakers. They are on a 3-game win streak. LeBron's obviously an all-star starter. Anthony Davis will be an all-star. Reeves is playing well. They're calling them their big three. Reeves is, I guess, the third and their big three. That's what I was seeing on like Sports Center tweets.
Is that what people are saying?
That's what the media, the knowing media, is saying. Do we think they're a piece away from being a contender, or are they just doomed? Kyle.
No, there's just not a piece. Like there's not a piece they can get, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
all their salary is in LeBron and AD. There's no piece.
Yeah.
Like there's no auxiliary player. Their issue is going to be they get hurt and they run down.
Yeah.
So there's no piece.
Yeah, and all their supporting cast is just so mid. I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith seemed like it made sense, but it's just he's just kind of mid. It's just like a lot of mid guys. Yeah. Can we think there's anything they can do to put them in contention?
I mean, Jared Vanderbilt's back. That's the piece, right? He's returned. They don't need anything else. He's playing tonight. They're beating the very game 12-30 Charlotte Hornets. So no, I mean, I think they are where they are. It's good that they have Gabe Vincent back in Vanderbilt, but like there is no peace. Like
Yeah.
they're just where they are.
Dan?
All I know is that, like, looking at this roster, they would get people are drooling over them in the expansion draft. There are so many good like bench players here to fill a roster with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no one on here that I would want as more than my second best player on like a contending team besides Anthony Davis and 40-year-old LeBron James. Like, Rui, come on. Like,
I know.
DFS, come on. Jackson Hayes is great.
Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent, Armel
Cam
Traore,
Oh,
bro, Jalen Hood Shafino,
is the truth.
Bronny
Max
James
Christie?
shooting 9% for this year from the field.
Bronny
I don't know
will
why
take
players
them.
even want to go to Lakers. I feel like you just go there as a role player and you are instantly just
Just to live in LA.
dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
but you're
just
literally
so
just you get destroyed.
Do want to shout out Bronny James, 33 points the other night in the G League, and posterized he caught a body.
I hate that you know that. I hate that you know
It
all
was
of that.
suggested on TikTok for me.
That says something. Okay, I guess last thing, trades, Bucks, Heat, Suns. They're kind of all in the mix for Beal, Levine, Butler. Do we like one to a specific team more than another, Cam?
I want Butler to the Suns at this point. I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't happen. Like
Yeah.
Butler to the Bucks makes no sense.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton is just a worse Jimmy Butler 2 years later down the line. It's the same exact build. Like
Levine makes more
that's
sense
not
for
gonna
the
do them
Bucks.
anything. Oh,
Levine,
totally. I
he
agree.
makes a lot of
I
sense.
agree.
I think he'd be great, actually. That's actually kind of a scary team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I think worst case scenario is Beal to the Bucks. Oh, no, it's Levine to the Bucks. No. Levine to the Heat, I guess, would actually be pretty good too, but that team would still suck. So
Yeah.
it'd be Levine to the Heat, Beal to the Bucks, Butler to the Suns. I think each team actually gets worse.
Yeah, you might be right. So you don't like Butler to the Suns still?
It's
All
it just
contracts
depends
aside.
on-
All
it just
contracts
depends on
aside.
draft capital at this point. Like, what do we have to give up to get him? If it's like a bunch of draft picks, I don't want to do it.
Are you fine with giving up seconds for him?
Yeah, I don't care about seconds.
Okay.
Kyle,
But like
anything?
long term, right? It's just like, what are you gonna do with this guy? Like
Nothing.
you get Jimmy Butler, you're not gonna want to
There's no
resign
long
him.
term. There's no
Matt
long
Ishbia
term.
is going to throw 42 million at the guy, and he's going to be on a billboard for 2 years, and then we're going to ditch the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Devin Booker gets traded to a contender in 2 years for 4 first-round picks, and then
I
rebuild.
would be
That's
on
how it
a
works.
bridge.
I will simply
fly to
become a Knicks fan.
Brooklyn. Go on the Brooklyn Bridge with Ben.
We'll hold hands and jump off.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back with our locks. Welcome back. It's garbage time. It's not the Standing Desk podcast. But listen to that if you haven't already. Okay, we have our betting locks for tomorrow, January 28th. Cam, what are the standings? What are the tallies?
Yeah, we all lost because we're all horrendous at this. So Kyle is 7-5, riding a cool 4-game losing streak. I'm at 5-7. Dan's at 4-8, and Ben is at an ever impressive 1-11.
It's really honestly, I hope our listeners just do inverse me. You'd make so much money. Okay, I gotta go first. I have Rockets, Hawks under 228. Both teams defensive minded. That's a high over under total.
Trae Young 50-piece incoming.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I that's what I got. I don't think I can pick spreads anymore. I think I gotta switch it up somehow. All right, Dan, what do you got?
Jazz plus 10.5.
I like that.
Oh, that's big.
I was thinking about that, which is concerning for you.
But you didn't do it, so that makes me feel better.
Yeah. Cam.
Part of me wants to go inverse Ben because I was looking at that Rockets Hawks game as well. But instead, I'm just going to do Rockets -5. Trae Young's out today. They're getting slaughtered. This is like a rescheduled game, so they both have a crazy amount of travel in this one day.
Mm.
Like the Hawks are in Minnesota now and they're going home. The Rockets are in Boston and they're going to Atlanta. It's going to be a mess. I don't think either team is going to try. I don't know if Trae Young is even going to play. Like the Hawks lineup tonight was Keaton Wallace, Vít Krejci, David Roddy, Risa Shea, and Okongwu. That was
That
their
was
starting
big
lineup.
body Roddy.
Yeah, give me Hawks Rockets -5 against anything remotely resembling that, and call it a day.
I like that. Also sounds good for an under. Kyle, round us out.
Lakers Sixers over. 219.
I like that. I like
Okay.
that. They don't play defense.
Lakers Sixers over.
Okay. All right.
I was going to inverse ban until Cam gave me all the stats. So thanks, Cam.
I got you. It's still gonna hit. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Please.
We'll be back with a game. All right. Welcome back. We have a game for you. We are redrafting the historically horrendous 2021 NBA draft. So Cam, Kyle, and Dan in order are going to pick people from that draft to pick their best starting 5 possible. So this was Cade, number 1 overall, then Jalen Green,
Yeah.
Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs were top 5. Cam, you got to go first.
Is this current or is this for building the best possible team
Let,
forever?
let's go with building the best possible team.
Cade Cunningham, please.
Yep. That's right.
Not sure if it's him, if it's current, but makes it easier.
What are you talking about?
What do you
I
mean?
take Evan Mobley over Cade Cunningham today, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
You need a point
okay.
guard to win.
I don't know. Cade's still pretty good.
He's an MIP favorite. Kyle, you're up, bro.
I'm going to take Evan Mobley.
Okay.
I'm so cooked.
Does he have a
Can't tell him
nickname?
that.
He needs a nickname.
Mobius.
Morpheus.
Morpheus.
All right, Dan.
I'm gonna go. It's actually kind of tough. I'm kind of torn. Okay, I'm gonna go Scotty,
Scottism.
and
That's
then
not a PC joke, Ben.
no comment. And then I'll also go. I'm gonna go Jalen Green here. There's not a lot of good guards in this draft.
I like that. Okay, Kyle, you're back up. So for listeners who can't watch this draft, also had Jalen Johnson, had Santi Aldama, Quentin Grimes, Bones Highland. Alvarado was undrafted. He is eligible if anyone wants to.
Give me
Jericho Sims.
Franz Wagner.
Love it.
Yeah, good pick.
Yeah, I like that.
Very good. Him and Mobley's crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting team. Defense is optional. Give me Sengun and Jalen Johnson.
That's so
We don't
nice.
need defense.
That's so nice.
Doesn't Jalen Johnson play defense?
Yeah, he's very good at defense.
I mean, the Hawks give up like 130 points a game, but he's all right.
He's very good. He stuffs the stat sheet. It's my guy.
Martin
I have him on my
and
fantasy.
Mitchell are just staring at me right now.
Primo. Yikes.
He was kind of nice. I don't want to take him too early. I can't take Kaminga. Absolutely not. Give me Cam Thomas.
Interesting. I'll get you a bucket. Traffic cone, but I'll get you
He's
a bucket.
basically Jalen Green with worse marketing.
And way less aura.
My second guard is going to be Jalen Suggs.
That's a good pick. Good on defense.
He's all right.
And then
I'm such a hater.
gosh, this gets pretty bleak towards the bottom. I might as gosh, we're really out of like a
There's
lot of the
Trey
good.
Murphy. There's Josh Christopher.
Gosh.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Herb Jones, Ben's favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Jason Preston, JT Thor, Io Dawson, Kessler Edwards.
All right. I guess wait, show me my roster again. Um
Kessler
I'm
Edwards still there.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna probably go with what's his name? I was just looking at him. I'll go with Trey.
Trey
Damn it.
Murphy.
Yeah, I'll take him
A
as my small
third.
forward.
I didn't realize he was in that draft. I would have taken him.
Just said his name.
I don't know. Give me Herb Jones.
I like that. Damn,
Herb.
2 Pels in a row.
Is there a Hawk 2 coming up?
You
Oh,
and I
God.
were thinking the same thing. I
Oh,
couldn't make it
God.
work in time.
Oh God.
Cameron, you want Daron?
Well, you know who I want for one of these guys. It's clearly Josh Giddey.
Yeah, I knew
It has to be
I knew
Josh
it.
Giddey. It can't not be Josh Giddey. Um,
Cade and Josh together is
Let's get clipped.
Josh
Like,
and Cade is
God.
questionable.
No, I kind of like it. I feel like, I mean, he
They
was
both
good with
need the
Shea,
ball in their
right?
hands.
He was fine with Shea. Shea was like borderline MVP
Yeah.
candidate last year.
I guess
with
you're
him.
right.
I don't know. I can
guess
see
you're right.
it. I need
A lot of passing.
a lot of passing on my team.
Sengun, Cade, and Giddy.
Need a score. Oh, there's a guy you could take here that'd be really funny.
Oh, what do I do here?
I know who I'm taking.
Is it Corey Kispert? Is that who I'm supposed to pick?
No, there's an even better pick here.
Oh
Even better one. God, who could that be? Brandon Boston? That would be.
Goat. That's my king.
Not seeing anyone that interesting. Um, let's do a funny one and do Aaron Wiggins.
I like that.
Oh.
You can score. You can guard somewhat.
I'm gonna take for my last spot. I'm gonna have a little fun team. Santi Aldama.
Dang it!
Sure.
That's
Nah,
like
he's
the
trash.
last
I don't
decent
want
big out here.
At the 4. Mobley at the 5. Might work. Might not.
Dude, there are no bigs left.
You don't really have a point guard. I
Me?
guess Franz could probably play that.
Oh.
He's on my team.
No, I know. I'm talking about Kyle's team.
I have
Cam Thomas just always has the ball.
Cam Thomas is not a point guard.
He always has the ball though.
Yeah,
He's just
I
gonna
guess
shoot
that's
every
true.
time.
Yeah.
You don't need a point
Him
guard.
and Franz, no one else is touching the ball, bro.
I'm so cooked. I do not have a center.
There's
Why did you
Sims.
take Santi Aldama there? You had no need for that. That is so annoying.
Neemias Queta is still on the board. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Oh, Ayo's sick. I should have taken Ayo.
Luca Garza.
Dude, I would rather die.
Dayron Sharp.
I know who I would take.
I mean, I might. Oh, he's not a big though. Ugh.
Take the unhinged Kai Jones.
Josh Primo.
Josh Primo Kaiju. It's good
My
pick.
gosh, do I really have to take Dayron Sharp here?
Dude,
Oh, God.
I feel like Jericho Sims is solid, is he not?
Oh, is he in this draft?
He's in this draft. He's not
Oh.
solid.
He's not-
Tibbs will run
just-
cat for 40 minutes instead of playing him.
Ah,
He'll run a 2 at the 5 just to not play it.
I guess I'm getting Dayron Sharp
Let's
yeah.
go.
because Kyle doesn't know how to draft a roster. Damn, I was waiting for you to draft
That's a good
Austin
block.
Reeves. He went undrafted in this year.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
still don't want him. I still want Aaron Wiggins.
All right. So final rosters: Cam has Cade, Sengun, Jalen Johnson, Josh Giddey, and Aaron Wiggins. Kyle has Evan Mobley, Franz Wagner, Cam Thomas, Herb Jones, and Santi Aldama. Dan has Scotty Barnes, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Trey Murphy III, Darren Sharp, Shuda. I think I'm giving it to Cam.
Boo.
I think it's Cam. I just think the passing is too good. And obviously,
Josh
I'm high
Giddey,
on
just too
Cade
much
and
value.
Jalen Johnson. Yeah,
My
Giddey.
team is positionless basketball.
Yeah, it really is positions.
It's infuriating.
Kate's putting 50 on Kyle's team.
My team is legit the 4 people holding their hands around Cam Thomas. Like this.
Oh man, that's good stuff. All right, that's another episode of Garbage Time. Thank you for listening. I will see you next week.